Seja desesperado e tentado a aceitar uma promessa de cura vendida por quem quer que seja num vão de escada. Esta que vamos ver é uma filmagem clandestina de uma proposta dessas. 2 doentes aceitaram ser filmados para expor os criminosos.
Um desses pacientes é Stephen Waters, um administrador universitário em Lufkin, no Texas, que há 6 meses recebeu aquele que é provavelmente o pior diagnóstico imaginável. Ele tem ELA, esclerose lateral amiotrófica, também conhecida como doença de Lou Gehrig, e afeta 30 mil americanos. À semelhança de Waters, todos irão morrer, a maioria num período de 5 anos, à medida que o seu sistema nervoso se desliga gradualmente dos músculos.
Everything just takes a little longer. I just set things up to where it requires minimal manual effort. Just handling personal hygiene is difficult. Teeth brushing, flossing, very difficult, time-consuming. So you just make the adaptations that you can and go on.
Eventually,
Waters acabará por só conseguir mexer os olhos. O mesmo destino que aguarda Michael Martin, que também ele tem ELA. Martin já quase perdeu a fala e brevemente deixará de conseguir andar.
I wonder what it was that your regular doctor back home told you about your disease and what your prospects were. You had about 2 years to live.
Nunca nenhum paciente de ELA se curou ou assistiu a uma regressão dos sintomas, nem mesmo temporariamente. Ainda assim, o desespero leva as pessoas a um local que promete o impossível. Stowe Biotherapy, em La Mesa, na Califórnia, perto de San Diego, um oásis médico segundo eles. Pedimos a um doente de esclerose múltipla que, munido de uma câmara oculta, fosse ouvir Larry Stowe apresentar o seu tratamento milagroso. Aqui vemos Stowe a dizer ao nosso doente de esclerose múltipla que consegue fazer regredir a doença com o seu programa de ervas medicinais e vitaminas para revitalizar o sistema imunitário, vacinas específicas e injeções de células estaminais. Os peritos médicos dizem que é um disparate, mas trata-se do mesmo discurso que Stowe fez e nós gravamos vezes sem conta, como sendo a solução para o cancro, a ELA, a esclerose múltipla, a doença de Parkinson e outras.
We're the only ones who've been able to get anybody that's down here back up to here, and they stay back up to here. If we were a major pharmaceutical drug company, we'd be talking about all of our research associating getting Nobel Prizes in medicine and things of that nature.
Larry Stowe is not a medical doctor. He claims 2 PhDs, but we found he only has 1 in chemical engineering. He had a career at Mobil Oil and holds patents in the oil industry. But by the 1980s, Stowe had taken a strange turn into pseudoscience. For a time, he promoted something called Eon water, which he said slowed the aging process. And by 2003, he had created the Stowe Foundation to advocate unproven stem cell therapies.
Michael Martin, um dos doentes de ELA que nos está a ajudar, ouviu falar de Stowe através de um amigo. Antes de o conhecermos, ele já tinha dado um sinal de $47.000 a Stowe para iniciar o tratamento.
When Dr. Stowe said that he could reverse this disease with stem cells, you thought what? You wanted to believe.
Como é que Stowe transforma os desesperados em crentes? Quisemos saber.
Steve Waters, glad to meet you. Larry Stowe.
So nice to meet you.
So we set up.
Montámos câmaras ocultas em casa de Michael Martin, em Houston, e convidámos o doente de ELA, Stephen Waters, a fazer-se passar por um paciente interessado. Stowe chegou de muletas. Falta-lhe uma perna, segundo ele, devido a um cancro. Todos os presentes sabiam das câmaras ocultas, menos Stowe, que vinha defender o que dizia ser uma cura definitiva para a ELA. Por isso demos a Waters perguntas para fazer sobre a terapia de Stowe.
So is there a permanent fix from the stem cells?
Oh, yes. Yeah. You'll be able to
Exercise
again. Oh, yeah.
Well, if I opt for the permanent fix, will I avoid a feeding tube? Will it keep me out of a wheelchair?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Absolutely. We've gotten people out of wheelchairs.
Am I going to get closer and closer to some point you can say, okay, you're cured. You're healed from this disease?
I believe that that is 100% possible. Because we've done it with other conditions. I mean, we've done it with cancer, you know, which is just a different form of tissue destruction.
Did your mother have cancer?
My mother had pancreatic cancer, and we completely reversed her pancreatic cancer, and she died cancer-free with a healthy pancreas.
What will it cost me for the permanent fix?
That'll be around $125,000, because it's $50,000 for phase 1. The stem cell transplant is going to run you around $25,000, and then we do follow-up therapy after that to make sure the results hold, and that's another $50,000.
Stowe disse-lhes que teriam de viajar até Monterrey, no México, para fazerem o tratamento. Disse que aí o seu sócio na investigação pegaria em células estaminais sanguíneas recolhidas de cordões umbilicais ou da medula óssea e injetá-las-ia nas espinhas dorsais deles. Essas células sanguíneas, segundo ele, iriam transformar o tecido nervoso ou neural, que restabeleceria a ligação com os músculos.
Is there a stem cell fix for ALS?
No.
O professor Sean Morrison é diretor do Centro de Biologia das Células Estaminais da Universidade do Michigan. O seu laboratório é um dos líderes mundiais na investigação de células estaminais.
So when Stowe says he's going to take blood-forming stem cells and put them in the spinal cord to create neural cells, what do you make of that?
You know, we study blood-forming stem cells every day in this lab, including umbilical cord blood cells. And blood-forming stem cells don't make nervous system tissue.
And then what do the injected stem cells do next?
They start to regenerate new nerve tissue and repair the synapses.
O inacreditável discurso de Stowe costuma resultar porque as vítimas já ouviram falar de uma promessa relacionada com as células estaminais, mas sabem pouco sobre o assunto. A dada altura, alguns cientistas pensaram que as células estaminais sanguíneas poderiam substituir qualquer tipo de tecido, tal como Stowe afirma. Mas hoje a ciência sabe que não. A terapia com células estaminais está indicada somente no tratamento da leucemia e algumas doenças raras do sangue, nada mais. A investigação sobre o seu uso em pacientes com ELA ainda está nos seus primórdios e não prevê nada do que Stowe afirma. O Dr. Morrison acredita que as descobertas estão a anos ou décadas de distância e afirma que as alegações de Stowe não têm fundamento.
Classically, people are reporting 3 to 4 weeks that they begin to notice the effects.
Notice the effects in 3 or 4 weeks?
You might notice side effects in 3 or 4 weeks.
You described it as miraculous. That's what it would be.
If somebody squirted some stem cells into the spinal cord of an ALS patient and they stood up out of their wheelchair and had a permanent fix, that would be miraculous.
Mas era isso que Stowe estava a prometer na sala de estar de Michael Martin, com um discurso feito de mentiras de legitimidade.
Are you currently working with anybody in the FDA regarding?
Yeah, we at all levels.
Até a Universidade do Texas, segundo ele, estava a planear construir um centro de investigação com um nome específico.
Stowe Research Center for Regenerative Medicine, in affiliation with the University of Texas. You can't find a surgeon in the world who doesn't support our approach.
Depois de ouvir o discurso, Steve Waters e Michael Martin, a nosso pedido, disseram a Stowe que iriam a Monterrey, no México, fazer o tratamento. Seguimos-los até lá com câmaras ocultas e conhecemos o alegado sócio de investigação de Stowe, o Dr. Frank Morales, aqui de casaco preto. Num e-mail para Waters, Morales afirmou: tratamos mais de 1000 pacientes sem quaisquer efeitos secundários, para além de resultados positivos que variam entre mínimos e milagrosos. Mas descobrimos que Morales anda a improvisar procedimentos com células estaminais a troco de lucro sem qualquer fundamento científico. Morales é um cidadão americano residente no Texas com uma carteira profissional mexicana. Mostramos as suas credenciais ao hospital de Monterrey e descobrimos que o diploma médico era de uma faculdade caribenha que foi mais tarde encerrada por vender diplomas. Morales desistiu do internato de medicina no Texas. Morales e Stowe levaram os nossos pacientes a visitar o hospital onde Morales já realizava procedimentos com células estaminais. Explicou as técnicas que usa.
Our team will go into a catheter and place it right up close to the brain, or we'll go into a fecal, right in the spine, and do other things, that are pretty aggressive.
As autoridades mexicanas disseram-nos que a terapia com células estaminais para a ALA não está autorizada. O hospital diz que não sabia que Morales estava a usar células estaminais, caso contrário não o teria permitido. Encontramos uma antiga paciente de Morales, Muna Erickson, no Michigan. Ela tem esclerose múltipla, uma doença incurável.
What exactly did Morales tell you about what you could expect?
He told me that I could expect her to be up out of the wheelchair and walking.
She'd get out of the wheelchair and walk away from it.
Erickson e o marido Keith não são pessoas abonadas, por isso, em desespero de causa, venderam a sua casa para transferirem $15 mil para Morales. Os Erickson dizem que chegaram a uma clínica mexicana com más condições para a injeção de células estaminais na espinha dorsal, mas que Morales optou por uma transfusão intravenosa.
He ended up coming in and hanging an IV off the tip of her thumb that was barely viable.
Mona, show me with your hand, if you can,
right here,
precisely where that IV went in, right at the tip of your thumb.
Yes.
What did you think?
I thought about taking my wife and taking her home, but she was so set on getting these stem cells, I think she would have had a complete mental breakdown had I just boarded her back on a plane.
Muna, did you get somewhat better?
No. I got worse.
De volta a Monterrey, no México, Morales e Stowe foram ao quarto de hotel ter com os pacientes Michael Martin e Steve Waters. Contavam receber outro adiantamento de $35 mil em dinheiro. Mas não foi isso que entrou pela porta.
Mr. Stowe, Mr. Morales, I'm Scott Pelley. I'm with 60 Minutes.
O que aconteceu já a seguir.
E os dois pacientes que estão a auxiliar os 60 Minutos a expor esta fraude cederam viajar até ao México. Os burlões encontraram-se com eles num quarto de hotel e esperavam receber um novo adiantamento, $35 mil desta vez. E em vez disso, juntou-se-lhes Scott Pelley, o repórter, para os confrontar com informações recolhidas até ali.
Larry Stowe está sentado do lado direito. No sofá estavam Michael Martin e Steve Waters e Morales estava a explicar como decorreria o tratamento com as células estaminais.
Hey, Steve, Michael. Mr. Stowe, Mr. Morales, I'm Scott Pelley. I'm with 60 Minutes, and I'd like to ask you a few questions on the record about what you propose. I understand that you have had patients that have stood up and walked away from wheelchairs who have ALS.
There have been patients that have improved to that extent.
You've reversed the condition.
Yes.
You know, Mr. Stowe, the trouble is that you're a con man.
Really?
You're lying about this protocol. You've lied about your association with the University of Texas. You've lied about your work with the FDA. And now you're lying to these gentlemen about what they can expect.
And why do you say that?
Nobody at the FDA knows anything about any of this. And the University of Texas is not going to be starting a regenerative medicine clinic with your name on it.
Really?
Quando pedimos a Stowe que fundamentasse as suas alegações sobre a ALA, a história mudou.
Give me a Stowe Foundation patient who has ALS, who has stood up out of a wheelchair and walked away.
We don't have any ALS patients. We have MS patients.
We are talking about the treatment that you have taken their money for. Is that a treatment that would allow them to stand up out of a wheelchair and walk away?
With an ALS patient? No, we've done it with MS patients.
I don't believe that's what they understood.
Well,
I don't believe that's what you told them.
Then they weren't listening.
Can you give, actually, we were listening very carefully.
Okay, do you have the tape recordings?
I do.
Pull them out.
I have.
Pull them out. I want to hear them.
I can do that.
Okay.
E assim fizemos.
This was your meeting in Houston.
Correct.
Just a few weeks ago.
Well, if I opt for the permanent fix, will it keep me out of a wheelchair?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. No, we've had a number of ALS, patients be able to get out of their wheelchairs.
That's not true, is it?
The Stowe Foundation has not.
You told Steve that you were going to keep him out of a wheelchair. That's not true either, is it?
No, that's very true.
You're going to sit here after seeing that, and you're going to look this man in the face and tell him that he's going to stay out of a wheelchair? I mean, that's cruel.
Really? What is his prognosis if he doesn't do this?
His prognosis is the same either way.
No, it's not.
Mr. Stowe, you told these men in Houston that a cure was, in your memorable phrase, 100% possible.
Possible. Is that a guarantee?
The folks at home are wondering, what goes through your mind when one of these men pushes a suitcase full of cash across the table to you? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that they came to the right place if they want any hope at all.
So is there a permanent fix from the stem cells?
Oh, yes.
Muitos pacientes depositaram a sua esperança no Dr. Morales e nos seus procedimentos improvisados com células estaminais. Recentemente, ele injetou células estaminais na espinha dorsal de um menino americano de 7 anos, numa tentativa de tratar o autismo do menino, um procedimento sem qualquer fundamento na ciência médica. Começamos a desconfiar da formação de Morales. Este é o diploma que ele apresentou no Hospital de Monterey, indicando que terminou a sua formação na Universidade de Texas Tech, mas na entrevista trocou as faculdades.
Have you ever been licensed to practice medicine in the United States?
I have, and I worked under University of Texas, where I was at in El Paso, and came to Mexico after that.
A Universidade do Texas, em El Paso, não tem faculdade de medicina e nenhum registro de Morales enquanto aluno.
But you have a license, or had a license, to practice in the state of Texas.
Absolutely. It was an institutional license at the University of Texas, El Paso, UTEP. So you can go there and you'll find it. I mean, that's simple. That just, if you did your homework, that's lousiness. I mean, on your behalf, sorry to say.
Além de não ter credenciais da Universidade do Texas, descobrimos que as credenciais da Texas Tech são fraudulentas. Um advogado da Universidade do Texas disse-nos: não sei dizer onde foram obtidas ou fabricadas, mas não foram emitidas pela Texas Tech. Após vários minutos de entrevista, vimos a relação entre Stowe e Morales desmoronar. Morales saiu e voltou depois para desmentir Stowe.
Scott. Yeah, I think that just, in the sense of using, using him to try to bring me down, I think is inappropriate. I mean, at least.
Sit down and talk to me about it. Legal experts tell us that both Stowe and Morales have broken U.S. law, committed fraud by making a false claim. It doesn't matter that the procedure is done in another country. We wondered why the FDA is not acting against the many stem cell con artists whose websites are up for anyone to see. But the FDA Commissioner, Margaret Hamburg, declined to talk with us on camera about any aspect of stem cell quackery. Many experts believe that the FDA is outmatched.
Patients need to beware.
Larry Goldstein, um notável biólogo de células estaminais, e o investigador Doug Sipp fazem parte da Sociedade Internacional de Investigação de Células Estaminais, uma organização de cientistas líderes mundiais em células estaminais. Sipp anda a desmascarar clínicas de células estaminais em todo o mundo.
How have these operations grown, say, in the last 5 years or so?
I would say the growth has been explosive. I've been tracking it kind of closely for the past 3 years, and I've been able to come up with more than 200 clinics that are offering some version of stem cells for some type of medical condition for which there's no really good evidence that the stem cells would be either safe or effective.
Well, are all of these clinics frauds?
On one end of the spectrum, you have people who are doing essentially badly designed, uncontrolled human medical experiments for profit. And then at the other end of the spectrum, you just have thieves who are preying on the sick and their families.
Now, an ALS patient might say to you, How could I possibly be worse? This is the question you get sometimes. How could I possibly be worse?
I'm going to die.
I'm going to die.
Why not give it a
in 2
try?
or 3 years. Why not give it a try? Well, what if, as a result of this treatment, you ended up in excruciating pain? What if you managed to bankrupt your family through the use of one of these expensive, unauthorized treatments so that they can't care for you properly as you decline? There are things that are worse than your current situation, I think.
Os peritos em investigação de células estaminais acreditam que estes procedimentos são, na melhor das hipóteses, ineficazes e potencialmente perigosos. Um estudo conduzido pela UCLA descobriu que muitos dos pacientes de uma clínica chinesa desenvolveram meningite espinal. No entanto, não há qualquer menção aos riscos nos websites que oferecem falsas esperanças para dúzias de doenças desde síndrome de Down a cancro.
One of the different things now is that the power of the internet now gives this tremendous global reach to people who in the past would be kind of the local quack.
So instead of the snake oil salesman standing in the back of a pickup truck,
right,
he can now reach every ALS patient on Earth.
And say, come to me and I'll help you out in Mexico or in Russia or in Thailand.
What we see here essentially is Stowe on an industrial scale.
Stowe on steroids.
Yeah, you could say that.
And he might as well be sticking his hands into the pockets of those people and taking the money out without even talking to them. That's how bad I think it is.
You know, I wonder what you think when the top people in the field that you pretend to work in call you a snake oil salesman.
Comes with the territory.
It does come with the territory.
Interrogámo-nos sobre o que diria Stowe em relação à ideia de devolver a Michael Martin os $47 mil.
Has he asked for it?
I'm asking.
We'd give it back to him.
Now that's a deal I'd like to make.
Really? Okay. And when he continues to go downhill 6 months from now and hasn't made any progress, are you going to cover the cost of his care?
I'm not buying what you're selling.
Fine.
Of course, that
Obviamente o reembolso nunca chegou. Quando chegámos à entrevista achámos que Stowe a abandonaria, mas ele ficou ali durante 2 horas, como se achasse que nos conseguiria convencer se falasse o suficiente.
Thanks for sitting with us and talking to us.
Now you're not running away on me, are you?
Well, I was planning on leaving, yes.
Okay.
I think I'm done.
All right.
Thank you.
You've just cost this man his life. I want you to know that.
You know, I don't think so.
Okay.
Larry Stowe
nunca desistiu, mesmo depois de ver as suas mentiras expostas. Quando saímos da sala, virou-se para Michael Martin, o paciente de ALA, e tentou concluir o negócio.
We'll keep in touch. Because I can tell you, you know what's going to happen. If you don't take some type of aggressive action,
Quando denunciámos Stowe e Morales à FDA, a agência iniciou de imediato uma investigação atualmente em curso. Michael Martin e Steve Waters continuam a lutar contra a progressão da ALA.
What would you like to see happen to Larry Stowe?
I don't care, Martin said. He has to live with himself.